All right, this is the daily chart of AEPL. AEPL is a stock that's now forming a new pattern. Again, in my opinion, to go higher prices. Um, we've had this pullback. We've had a confirmed reversal day here, which I think is significant. And there are going to be multiple buy points. So I'm going to talk about, first of all, we need to bounce key support levels. And I think there's a lot of key support for the stock to bounce. Of course, we have to wait for this to happen. But if the stock can bounce and start to take out 112, that would be an early entry signal to go long options. But the real true strength now, based on the past of the stock and based on what my visionary lines are saying, is that we need to now really, it doesn't take very much to get to launch Apple higher, right? But a really strong confirmation would be around that 117 area now. And I believe once the stock gets above 117, that launches this pattern that it's been forming, and we start to go into the pattern. We go into new highs and targets of 126. You know, people spend a lot of money on, Apple's customers spend a lot of money on products. So fundamentally, this stock's solid, and it doesn't make any sense that the stock goes down because of oil prices. When if oil prices are lower, you're saving money at the gas pump, so there's more money for you to spend on other things, right? So the market can be a crazy place sometimes. But a stock like this has to show some power, and I think this is what's happening. We're going to set up. The key is to wait for the power, right? And the way I'm looking at a lot of things, as low as 112 is an entry point to jump back into Apple on options wise. A long-term investor, I've been here long-term in this, and lots of multiple option trades. We went long here, told people to add at 105.50, which was confirmed on this day, and then again on this breakout. I called all these breakout points, and they all worked for directional moves because that's the way it was acting until we had this flash crash. And since then, it's been pretty horrible. Not horrible, but the stock's been just kind of chopping up, down, would could be chopping lower. And so, guess what? So has the market. I've always said this is a market leader, and why is it every time? I tell you, back then, remember when Apple was going down like this? Finally, as the market, so is the market. Apple starts to do well, and what does the market do? It's no coincidence. I've noticed this. I don't know if maybe people. I notice things like that. Market's being crappy lately. So has Apple. Notice that. So believe me when I tell you, if you're looking for longs for your lot of long stocks to work, Apple's the first one that has to work out very well, or else more likely than not, more often than not, a lot of breakout stocks like Goldman Sachs and C have not been able to perform well. Have lost their breakouts. They were breaking out and then were not able to break out, and I blame this due to the fact that if investors aren't jumping into Apple, a company that makes money, a lot of money, a lot more money than most companies. And that's the purpose of a company, is to make a lot of money. Everything else is secondary. Make a good product, yeah, they do, and they kind of make money too. You can make a good product and you don't make a lot of money, and the market isn't going to reward you, right? So I'm expecting looking for a bounce here. The way I look at things, we even pulled back. I look at the history of the visionary lines and everything that I look at. We're at a key support bounce area, 109, 108 area. And then can the stock show power and rebust through 112? And if it could, that's a really good sign. And then the real fireworks at this moment in time, and it's going to change. It's going to be in this 117 area. As small as this being able to break up above 117 again would be a significant reversal, suggesting my targets of 125, and I will then talk about it there. But that's what I'm seeing right now, that more likely we get a bounce. But again, we have to wait and see. Nobody knows for sure how far they want to pull something back. But the odds favor that every pullback, look at this pullback we got based on my vision. We had that when things were going a little crazy, and how quickly, and then this is the earnings play, right?
And then look at this. They popped this up pretty quick. How long did it take to go from 96 to 10 to a high 103? A few days. And it could take a few days after this pull, a few days to reverse through the key numbers that I'm talking about. 112 is now a significant number to break through again. Break above 112, extremely bullish. A good sign the stock wants higher, and then it's a matter of it trying to break above the 117 area. That's what I'm seeing. Now we need to just wait for those key points, but odds favor this stock goes higher, and any pullbacks we get most likely will not last very long. And if they do, that's going to be extremely negative for the market. But I see a lot of strong setups out there that can really reverse, and I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to get a strong reversal. Just as everyone's starting to be negative. So it's a wait and see. But that's my take on Apple Update. Thanks for listening. Like the video.